I do not take credit for the madness of the world, but my gosh, I like the moment of time. I mean, here we are going to talk about one of, I think, South Africa's key industries at a point of maximum madness.
It's going to be volatile because we don't exactly know how things are going to play itself out at the moment. But if you look at the medium term and the long term, I still fundamentally believe in the positive outlook for PGMs, and that will translate into a different price for the basket.
This has been a great asset for us. It's not one that takes up a lot of management time. They've got a fantastic management team there, still making money in the current environment.
We keep a very close focus on our development replacement rates, the stay in business capital as a proportion of operating costs, and so during our interims we spoke about that. I think that we are operating in a sensible way.
We got some later data from China and the big push of recycled vehicles that came into the system in 2024. A lot of them didn't have a catalyst. They had been stripped beforehand. So your recycling cars were up in the order of 60%. The PGMs that were coming out of it was only up 20%.
In essence, when you're a miner, you have to be optimistic about your output, and we do know that there's a very big fixed cost base. And how do you manage that is by producing more.
As of now, the Goldman Sachs forecast of the probability of recession in the United States in the next 12 months has gone from 15% at the beginning of this year, where it declined in the post-COVID environment, to 35% today. Probability weighting of a US recession is now 35%.
Trump is the Americans, but Trump is also the Americans saying, for the past 70, 80 years, we've underwritten the system, the global system, rule of law system, the trading system, the capital exchange system. And if you listen to the key message is J.D. Vance at the Innovation Summit saying, we were wrong, okay? We got gamed, we got played, which is nonsense from an economic standpoint. They've had wonderful growth. We've never had such high growth and such low inflation that we had for the past 20, 30 years.
On the platinum side, we're sitting at multiple year deficits, what we call structural deficits in place, where demand is exceeding supply, even with a modest recovery and scrap recovery. If you look at the palladium space, we're still looking at structural deficits for the next couple of years, and then possibly moving by 2029, 2030 towards surpluses in that particular market.
There is a collective responsibility on all of us as South Africans to speak in one voice, to hunt as a pack. Let us reaffirm our commitment to driving South Africa's industrial transformation. We'll leverage our PGM's legacy by building on our natural resource advantage to support both current and emerging industrial applications. We will champion green hydrogen through a comprehensive commercialization strategy that transforms our renewable assets and PGMs into engines of economic growth and job creation.
The ICE engine will be around. I think that's the good news, and also fuel cell will have its place, although to achieve price parity on fuel cell, I think the platinum loading will go down to get price parity on the fuel cell, because that's the current barrier for fuel cell. Yes, the cost driver, that and the cost of the tanks at the moment.
From a utility perspective, if we had to try to manage the battery electric vehicles that's going to come on our grid, we spoke earlier this morning about 1 megawatt charges. 1 megawatt charger, that's per vehicle. So you can imagine the impact on the infrastructure.
If you look at a flat reef, at a thickness of the ore body that's over 20 meters, it's high grade, it's flat. That's what makes it truly a tier 1 ore body. And those are the type of mines that we want to see being developed in South Africa.
Thank you all for your contribution today. Thank you, Paula and team. You guys do amazing work. This is another fantastic platform.